Alright, so now we're down to Damien and Hugo. Let's see. Hugo is interesting because he's a teacher, and I actually am married to a teacher in real life. And Damien, I think Damien, of all the guys, he seems to be really unique. But I'm really not into it. I'm not into I'm not really like romantically, at least. Romantically, I'm not really into the goth culture very much. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna go and hang out with Hugo for a bit. Let's go and message him. Bum 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 bum. I navigate to Hugo's dad book and type up on a message. Hey, Hugo, great seeing you at the barbecue. Want to hang out sometime? I wait for a few minutes before the computer dings. I'm so glad you messaged me, and I definitely want to hang out sometime, but I have a favor to ask. Our class is going on a field trip up to the aquarium today, and one of our chaperones called in sick. Is there any possible way you could come by and replace them? Uh-oh. I completely understand if you don't want to or can't make it home, but I'm gonna be honest with you here. It's the middle school class. I can need as much help as I can get. Think about it for a moment. Man, that's a lot of screaming kids that I'd be accountable for. And they're in middle school. Arguably the worst age to be. Amanda silently trudges into the kitchen and pours herself a bowl of cereal. Morning, Amanda. Morning, Pops. Hey, how was the middle school for you?
Aww.
Bad, but nobody likes middle school. It's 3 years of bad acne, crying, and being generally terrible. Yeah, middle school was one of the worst times for me, unfortunately. I got bullied a lot in middle school, way more than I ever did in high school. I didn't really get bullied in high school at all, I guess. Everyone stinks, no self-awareness. It's just a bunch of hormonal teenagers locked in a gross old building for 40-plus hours a week, doing long division and starting fights over, I don't know, pizza day, top 40's pop. Middle schoolers should be avoided at all costs. What was your middle school experience? What was your middle school experience like? I don't remember it. I didn't like it. I thought it was fine. I didn't like it. I had my first crush in middle school. I actually did have my first crush in middle school, and I'm still bitter about it. Alexis Stuggs. You hurt me and I'll never forget. What'd she do to you? I stare off at the middle distance, remembering the 24 hours that we dated, and the 3 times we held hands between class periods. Then I remembered the bitter betrayal, her leaving me for Arnold Birmingham, him making me eat dirt in front of her. I don't want to talk about it. See, middle schoolers are reprehensible. Wait, why are you asking me about middle school? Oh, Mr. Vega requested my help to chaperone his middle school class at the aquarium. Just wanted to know what I was in for. You get to go to the aquarium? Are you kidding me? The last field trip I got to go on was to the clam chowder factory. I love clam chowder. They didn't even give us clam chowder. That stinks. They gave us square pizza at a clam chowder factory. That's horrible. That's deplorable. Oh, is that why you won't eat clam chowder anymore? No, it's because Bobby Wellingham threw up into one of the vats of clam chowder, and I'm the only one who saw it happen. Oh. You didn't say anything? It haunts me. Oh. Right, let's leave that story firmly in the past. Oh. Anyway, you should just do it. Mr. Vega sounds like he could really use the help. Plus, you get to hang out with cool fish. Amanda, I get kind of weird about aquariums. The ocean makes me nervous, especially for someone like me who doesn't swim. What? Are you worried that a whale is gonna pop out of the touch tank and swallow you whole? Don't you put fear in my heart. Well, do they have penguins there? Yes, they have penguins there. Then it's settled. Penguins outweigh fear of ocean. That's actually kind of true. I sit back at the computer and let Hugo know that I'm available. He tells me to meet him at the aquarium and gives me the dress. I grab my keys and kiss Amanda on the forehead before I head out. I arrive at the aquarium to find out that the school buses have beaten me there. Preteens huddle around their teachers in small groups, yelling at each other and goofing off. Every teacher looks like they're at their wits' end. Hugo jogs up to me, looking frazzled. I'm so glad you're here. Hugo! It's been a debacle all morning. We're shorthanded and most of the kids won't stop screaming, as I'm sure you know is the case with all middle schoolers. I lived through Amanda at 12. I'm all too familiar. Great. Well, it's you and me chaperoning a group of 10 kids. They're over there. Hugo walks over to a gaggle of preteens who are all sitting on the ground, playing with their phones. They're not kicking each other like some of the other groups, so we're off to a good start. Can you guys put your phones away? All of the kids look up for a moment and stare at Hugo. Then they go back to texting. At least they're quiet?
Oh.
Too quiet. These guys are up to something. I can feel it. There's no way. They're too busy thinking about not getting food stuck in their braces to pull out any stunts. It's middle school, after all. We'll see. Ooh. The classes start filing into the aquarium, and Hugo hands out massive stapled packets of paper to each kid. These are due at the end of the field trip. Yes, this will be for a grade. No, you can't borrow a pencil. The kids collectively groan and grab the sheets from Hugo. What's in the packet? Honestly, it's just busy work so that the teachers can have a moment's reprieve. I think one of the questions asked them to sit quietly for 10 minutes to think about the Great Barrier Reef. Teacher hacks. I like that. Yeah, I know a lot about those teacher hacks. Wait, I thought you were an English teacher. What does the aquarium have to do with books?
Oh.
We just did a unit on the old man in the sea. Nothing quite like introducing kids to the futile perseverance of the human spirit by making them pet stingrays.
Oh.
It gives us time to come out and check out some of the exhibits as well. Come on, they have a phenomenal selection of tropical fish. While the kids sit on the floor and pretend to do their assignments while they text, Hugo and I wander over to a large tank filled with brightly colored fish. Hugo points to a brown and white fish with long spines.
Oh.
That right over there is a lionfish. Do you know that their stomachs can expand up to 30 times in size? Whoa.
Ah.
Their spines are venomous, too. Nature is hardcore.
Oh.
You think that's bad? Take a look at this one over here. Hugo points to a spiny, grumpy-looking fish hanging out near the bottom of the tank.
Oh.
That's a stonefish, the most venomous fish in the world. And they just, keep it in here? Oh, they're relatively harmless as long as you don't step on them. What happens if you step on them?
Oh.
Tissue necrosis. Cool. Nature is wild. Man, Hugo seems to know a lot about fish. I feel the overwhelming need to impress him. Hey, see that fish over there?
Oh.
That one? Yeah, that's the American longfin, blue-nosed wigglyfish, humphead wrasse. The blue-nosed wigglyfish. Yeah? Did you know that? Psychiatric fish trivia, political fish trivia, paranormal fish trivia. This fish sleeps upside down, but contrary to popular belief, is not an actual vampire. That's the vampire fish.
Oh.
Wait, are you serious? Serious as a heart attack. Absolutely not. I'm playing it for the gag here.
Oh.
Good one. We lead the kids to another room. Yeah, so I can bring up the charm. Sharks, sea turtles, eels, and other marine life swim around in a massive floor-to-ceiling aquarium. The kids begin trying to take selfies with the sharks. Hugo leaves my side to separate two kids who started fighting over a Capri Sun. I walk around the room, reading the tiny little blurbs about different fish swimming inside of the enclosure. After a while, I look around and see Hugo again. He's gazing up at the aquarium in childlike wonder. The ripples in the water cast blue, moving shadows across his face. For someone surrounded by angry, hormonal preteens, he looks completely peaceful. He looks really cute in this light. I hope he doesn't notice me staring. Wow. I walk over to join him. Beautiful, isn't it? I'd rather stare at you. We can learn a great deal from Mother Ocean. At those two sharks kissing? No, Hark, the one's eating the other. Well, we stand together for a moment, admiring the wonders of marine life. We eventually make our way to the touch tank room, which seems to be the only thing the kids are actually interested in. The tank is filled with a variety of horseshoe crabs, sea urchins, stingrays, and small fish. I stand around the edges of the tank and keep a wary distance from the sea life. Who knows what kind of nefarious plans those horseshoe crabs have for my well-moisturized hands? Hugo rolls up his sleeve and sticks his hand in the water. Don't you want to pet some rays, Hark? Oh, I think I'm good. I think I should just stay over here and admire them from a respectable distance. Come on, it'll be fun and informative. Don't make fun of me, but I'm scared to touch them. I get weird when there's no glass separating us. I don't know what any of those things are, but I get the feeling they will probably bite me and my delicious hands if given the chance. Nothing in this tank can hurt you. The stingrays have had their barbs removed, the horseshoe crabs only eat little clams, and the anemones are perfectly safe to touch. Against my better judgment, I approach the tank. Slowly dipping my hands into the cold water, I touch a stingray as it glides past me. See? Not bad. It feels like fun, slimy leather. Things get a lot less scary when you learn more about them, right? I dive my hand into the touch tank and with a renewed vigor for ocean life. I poke at some urchins and feel the hard carapace of a horseshoe crab. My hand brushes against Hugo's as we reach for the same anemone. I pull away blushing. Hugo smiles at me. Hey, you're supposed to be touching the fish. Sorry, I just get a little carried away. Wait, that girl over there looks suspicious. Why is that?
Oh.
Are backpacks usually that wet? Hold on. Susan, get back here. Hugo runs after a middle schooler and catches her before she can make it to the exit. Is she trying to steal one of these fish? Want to tell me what's in the bag? Probably a sea anemone. Textbooks? Want to tell me what's really in the bag? Susan won't budge. I walk over to Hugo and the girl. I think you might need a bad cop. Look, kid. We don't have time for games here. There's an easy 5 to 10 in the clink. I'm not afraid to hit a child. That's an easy 5 to 10 in the clink. I had a bud go down there for that once. He came out a changed man. Said he missed the bars. You're not a teacher. You can't tell me what to do. Yes, well, I am. Can you please put the bag down? Next time you won't say please. Susan glares at Hugo for a moment before dropping her book bag on the floor. It lands with a wet slap. We stare at it for a moment before it starts to move.
What?
Hugo leans down and unzips the backpack. A horseshoe crab frantically scuttles out and across the floor. An employee swoops in, scoops it up, and places it back into the tank. Were you seriously trying to steal from a museum? That's really low, middle school child. Susan, shame, for shame. She gives us a disapproving look. She's giving us a disapproving look? Jesus, Susan, what was your plan? I was trying to free him. To where? Outside? Where he was gonna die? Susan, go back to your group. We'll discuss this later. Yeah, and hands where we can see him. Susan sulks off, leaving me alone with Hugo. He gives me a pat on the shoulder.
Oh.
Middle schoolers have sticky hands. I doubt that's the first time that's happened here. Or the last. In the next room, we see a variety of smaller tanks. Sea urchins, tiny fish, and a rainbow of beautiful underwater plant life surround us.
Yes!
Look over there. Hugo points to some seahorses gathered at the bottom of the tank. Points to some seahorses gathered at the bottom of the tank. One of them is in the middle of giving birth.
Hey!
That's actually the male seahorse. Sort of takes fatherhood to a new level, doesn't it? Yeah, I knew that fact. That's pretty cool. Hey, kids, come check this out. There's a male seahorse giving birth. Part of me kind of wishes that we might be able to do that. For, not quite there yet. Although they are making studies to be able to move towards that. Modern science. A low murmur from the students. They just jump back on their phones. Fun fact, male seahorses can even give birth and then get pregnant in the same day. Man, we thought we had it hard. I wonder if they had to deal with their kids' awkward teenage years too, all however many thousands of them. You seem to know a lot about marine life, Hugo.
Oh.
It's not really my specialty, but I do make it a point to learn as much as possible whenever I can. I think that learning shouldn't end when you leave school. We should challenge ourselves to find out more about the things we don't understand every day of our lives. Because if you stop learning, I don't think you'll ever be able to grow or change as a person. Good point. But I still don't trust the ocean. We'll get there. We finally make our way to our favorite part of the tour, the Arctic exhibit. Do we get to see the penguins? Yes, we get to see the penguins. Yes. Cool. Our group of kids run across the exhibits. They won't stop tapping on the glass of the puffin enclosure trying to get their attention. For at least a few moments, teachers, chaperones, and students alike seem to be having a great time. What was I so worried about? This isn't too bad.
What?
Hugo suddenly grabs my arm. Oh my god, there's a student in the penguin enclosure. Wait! Just kidding, it's very bad. Is it one of ours? It most certainly is. Molly Henderson, Susan's friend. I look over to the penguins and see a determined-looking kid crouching behind a rock. She's hiding just out of sight of one of the employees. Over on the side of the enclosure, I see the door to the exhibit ajar. Was it unlocked this whole time? That's really dangerous! Animals that are look cute and cuddly, they can be very territorial. We gotta stop her before the staff sees and bans our school for life. Hugo looks around. I'll create a distraction. Hugo runs towards the puffin exhibit and addresses the entire room. Everybody, everybody, everybody. I have an announcement. The whole room turns towards Hugo. Here's a few facts I bet you didn't know about penguins. Everybody just stares at Hugo, confused. Well, this is my shot. I run into the enclosure and am greeted by a cold blast of air. Am I really going into the enclosure? Psst, hey! The girl whips around to look at me. Her nose is pink from the cold. You can't be in here. Neither can you. I try to walk over to the girl, but the ground is so icy that I just end up slipping. I catch myself before I hit the ground, but the girl still laughs at me. Contrary to popular belief, penguins are birds. Birds are traditionally known to fly, but penguins cannot. So I can understand some confusion when we're discussing the birdness of penguins. He doesn't seem to be as savvy about birds as he is with marine life. The crowd is still somehow enraptured. Kid, what are you even doing? I'm letting the penguins go. They deserve freedom. Where are they even going to go? They're gonna live in my closet. Look, I just don't even have time to argue about this. We gotta get out of here. Not until I save a penguin. Little known fact is that penguins only live in the cold climates. With some exceptions. So they don't all live in cold climates, if you're splitting hairs here. Did I mention that they don't fly? The crowd is starting to lose interest. I'm running out of time. Lay down the law. Try to relate to her. Bribe her. Try to relate to her. I think back to the time I released all of the feeder mice from the pet store. It was a disaster. I was 6, but it was a disaster. Molly, you know, life can be cruel. Money, give me money. I will give you $20 right now if you leave with me. Molly thinks for a second. Okay, well, give it to me right now. I reach into my pocket and pull out everything I have, examining each bill. Okay, well, I have $12 and some change. Also, there's a button here. Is that enough? Pay me the other 8 and we have a deal. Pay me the other 8 later and we have a deal. We move to shake on our arrangement before I suddenly realize there's a wave of penguins on their way out of the enclosure. We're gonna have to block these birds. Oh my goodness.
Block that bird!
Oh my goodness. Really? Wow, seriously, this is kind of fun. Wow. Don't let those penguins in. No! Stop, in the name of love, before I break your hearts. I'm just... Back off! No! 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 There's too many! Bribe that teen. Mission complete. Oh my gosh. These games are so clever. 5 penguins escaped. Oh. That stinks for me. Phew, glad that's over. Just in time, too. It looks like Hugo is wrapping up his diversionary penguin speech. And that's why I think the penguins are one of the best animals in the world. A few people in the audience clap out of a sense of duty. Everyone starts dispersing. Hugo spots us from across the way and runs over. Molly, what were you doing in there? I was liberating animals, Mr. Vega. You realize that the penguins can only survive in Arctic temperatures, right? You would have had a dead penguin on your hands. Well, it was the thought that counts? Say that to the dead penguin. No, Molly, it wasn't. Molly turns to me. You owe me $8.
Sweet Manchego.
What? Just, I'll pay you later, kid. I wasn't going to bribe her, but the game sort of forced me into it, which is a little annoying, I have to say. Molly runs off towards Susan. I suppose that they can compare animal thief notes. You're not off the hook, Molly.
Oh.
Hark, did you just bribe a child? I didn't want to. I didn't choose to. The game chose for me. I don't know what you're talking about. You can't play by the rules when there's penguins on the line. Listen, man, we've all done dark things in our lives. I'm not the young, bright-eyed youth I used to be. That person believed in a world where you wouldn't have to bribe children to save a penguin. The me today knows different. I only wish I could go back. I love the writing. Let's just get through the day and get out of here. With the day finally coming to a close, the whole field trip is ushered through the gift shop and we make our way back out of the school buses. As we leave the aquarium, the kids load onto the buses. Hugo pulls me aside. Hey, Hark, thank you so much for helping out today. You're a lifesaver. It was no problem. It was actually kind of fun. Let me take you out next time to make it up to you. You like cheese boards? I love cheese boards. I'm a big foodie. I'm all about cheese boards. There's nothing on earth more satisfying than a good cheese board. There is nothing on earth more satisfying than a good cheese board. Great. Well, I gotta make sure the kids don't steal anything else. See you around. I walk inside to find the house empty. I wonder where the panda's at. Before I know it, Amanda pops into the front door. What you up to tonight? What you up to tonight? Just doing some homework. How was the aquarium? It was an adventure. Some kid tried to steal a penguin.
Dad.
We've all been there. I had to run in and grab her before any of the employees saw. You got to go into the penguin enclosure? Did you steal a penguin for us? Amanda, no penguins were stolen thanks to the valiant efforts of myself and Mr. Vega, although 5 of them did manage to escape. It was nice getting to spend some time with Hugo, though. I'm surprised he helped complete a covert op. He's usually kind of a what? Kind of a stick in the mud? He's actually pretty cool. I had a good time with him. Alright, too much adventure for me today. I'm gonna go rest my eyes. You mean take a nap? There's a difference. You'll learn when you become a father. I think this is a B. I feel like this is a B. Or maybe a minus. Maybe. Oh, it was an A.
Phenomenal.
Cool.
Welcome.
Asiago
You've
getter.
got dads.
He loves his cheese.